before we say die. Here we are, killing ourselves a little. We just need one more hit, and we might just live forever. Oh, here we are.
Hey, it's JC1424 once again with NASCAR Thunder 2004. And in this episode of our second season in career mode, we're going to be completing race 21 of 36, which is going to be at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the famous Brickyard 400. Even though this race in reality always sucks. In the last episode, we raced at Pocono, the second Pocono race of the season, and finished in 13th, I think. Either that or 12th. I remember I was battling for a position, and then off the final corner, some other guy passed me. I think it was Mike Waltrip. But we're using Dale Reynolds' paint scheme in this race just because last season I used, I think KCal Gaming's paint scheme for that one. I want to use a different friend of mine's paint scheme instead. We'll use KCal Gaming's paint scheme in the next race at Watkins Glen. But yeah, going into Brickyard, last season when we came here, I think I finished like 27th, and I ran a pretty darn clean race, keeping the car in good condition, which is something I want to do because I've just been damaging the car in the previous races. I've been doing the same thing the past couple of races at this point in this season. But yeah, the last race was won by Ryan Newman. I think that was his 4th win of the season, yeah, because at one point went back-to-back. He won all the way back at Atlanta and whatever. So, I mean, Rocket, man, he's hit 5th place in the point standings. He's a good ways away from the lead, 257 points. So, I mean, he can win as many races as he wants, but I don't think he's going to be getting this championship. It's looking like it's just between Tony Stewart and barely with Jeff Gordon, who's 131 back. We are still in 15th place. We gained a bunch of points on Sterling Marlin because I think on lap 7 of the Pocono race, he blew his engine or overheated, whatever, and then he LePaged Kevin LePage in turn 2, which brought out a caution. Everybody started taking pit stops, and we came to the restart on like lap 11 or whatever it was. So, yeah, that was a very interesting moment, the most interesting of all the moments in that race. It was a very interesting race overall, but golly, I just kept on crashing into people. I was like, oh, Ricky Rudd, you're driving like shit. You just cut off a bunch of people off turn 2, and then I was doing the same crap a few laps later, so hypocritical me. 3 people hate me, and 3 people really don't like me. We need to fix that in Indianapolis. I doubt we're going to fix it so much as we're just going to fix a little bit of it, but let's get out of here. Go to race weekend, quick select the chassis, engine, and body. I can't even speak English correctly, but that's okay. We're used to that at this point. Car rating of 63, probably like 6-7% better than it was last time we came here. My goal is to finish top 20 because that's what we should expect with a car that's, that much better. After all the times I've considered this track to be the hardest track to race at in this game as far as all the real tracks go, at least with the AI and how competitive they are, it's like the hardest track to win at in the game. Me setting up the car well and just practicing so much of this freaking track because I know it's going to be one of the tougher ones on the schedules. I actually made it one where I can realize it's going to be actually promising because I've done so much practice here. 25th. I'm pretty sure I qualified better last time we came here. Maybe, maybe not. I know we finished like right next to that position during the race, so it must have started better. But the second lap, we're up to speed, gotten warmed up a little bit. So let's just hit our marks. Here we go, here we go. Early turn. I turned a little too early right there. Come on, car, let me gas it up. Golly, I hate how the front end jumps out whenever I gas it up. That's so annoying. That's the last thing I want it to do, but it's what it has to do. Just go let out the gas right here in turn 4. Don't bother using the brakes. That's something I need to remind myself of, is that I don't have to use the brakes that much at all in turns 2 and 4. You just gotta let the throttle a little bit. Don't know if it was that much better just because I messed up in 3, even though I was focusing, but it's 2/10 better. What do we get? 20th. I don't know if that's actually better because we're starting on the outside now. Tony Stewart on the front row next to the cherry red Chevrolet of Dale Earnhardt Jr. We got Greg Biffle on my inside. First things first, let's get to the inside. We're not pulling up in front of Greg Biffle, but we're the inside now, just like that. We're still in 20th. We go rushing into turn 1, past Hermie Sadler, who's starting a little bit better than what he usually does. Okay, Ricky Rudd, already see him. Let's try to avoid making contact with him so I don't want to make his rivalry worse. Or share draft with him, that's a good idea. I don't really do that very often. I did it at Chicagoland, the super speedways, but most of the time I don't, just because I'm too busy focusing on trying to make my pass and I don't lose control of the car trying to. Okay, they're going to get on the brakes a little bit earlier than I do, but at the same time, I got to make sure I actually turn, otherwise we're not going to actually enter the corner. We got cars sparking over there, making contact with each other. Bill didn't check up that much, and I can't see the corners because there are cars in the way of my side of view, what I'm looking at. Like, I can't see the turns. There's cars on them. Okay, well, after the first lap, we made up a position, so I guess that's pretty good. Got to run down the front stretch. Start using the brakes now. Don't hit Ricky Craven. I'm surprised I didn't drive it off into the grass, hit the curb or whatever, just considering I was all the way down there already. Okay, let's just be careful with Ricky Rudd. Trying to block it down on the bottom. I'm still using the brakes in turns 2 and 4, by the way. I said I should do that, but I'm doing it. Yeah, he's going to put on a big block, I know that. And then he goes up to the outside. He's not even trying to race right now. He's just blocking. This is ridiculous. I'm trying not to make contact. Golly, look at the freaking slide. I'm surprised he didn't make contact in that situation. I'm trying so hard not to, but he's just taking up space as much as possible. Oh, I feel like he's trying to block me even though I'm already underneath him. Just kind of watching his movements. Okay, come on. I'm trying. I can't do anything. They're all lined up, and nothing's working. This is ridiculously irritating. And now he's got to do the block. Okay, let's try not to run him over. Oh, they're hitting the... How do they hit the brakes so freaking hard? Like, I was on the brakes before they were, but then they're starting to brake harder. I don't understand how that works. Well, he got past Jeremy Mayfield, as will I. Field's getting away from us because freaking Ricky Rudd is slowing us down. These guys around him and me, they're not that good. Well, is Elliott Sauer going to block me too? Yeah, I'd hope not. He's for 15th. What the hell is Ricky Rudd doing? He's like just moving all over the darn place down the stretch. It's a good race so far. Keeping it one piece. Steer car. No, you think -1 turns of what, and you're like, oh, that car's going to turn well. Nope, not at all. Damn it, car, just fucking turn. You put Elliott Sadler in the wall. I mean, I didn't touch him, but still, you're doing this to me. Well, there goes Kenseth. Of course, he shouldn't be starting back here anyways. Well, let's try to just ride it out for a while. Oh, that's not a pass I was trying to make. I was just trying to not run him over, but golly, the freaking sensitive steering controls in this game. And now Matt Kenseth is deciding to get held up by Kenny Wallace. He didn't want to pass him, he wanted to drop in behind him like a moron. And now I'm hitting him. Well, I didn't undo all the work I did with the share draft, so that's good enough. But now Kenny Wallace is going to slow me down. This is going to get us into 13th. Wait, I just passed one car. How am I in 14th after that? Did somebody just get a DNF and I missed it again? It's like, I always miss it. Why does this car just flat out decide not to turn? You could always, actually turn, car. I just can't get into 13th place. It's like, no matter what I do, I can't do it. That's not how you take turn 4. Well, people are starting to take pit stops this lap, but yeah, I guess someone DNF'd and I missed it. I think with the draft I'm faster than Matt Kenseth, but he's faster than me with my draft, and it's kind of just back and forth. We're practically neutral. Like, if draft just didn't exist, then, that's physically impossible, it's beyond physics. Like, if that were a thing, then we'd probably just be sitting right next to each other the entire time, but we're about 2 laps away from the halfway point. Matt Kenseth keeps getting runs on me. Gonna block him a little bit. Just hit the wall a while ago, of course, but can I keep him behind me finally? Well, here we come off turn 3 and going into turn 4. Going to take our pit stop right at the halfway point. I'll tell you what, guys. I'm starting to actually like this track in this game. Not because it's, you figure most people hate it just because it's so freaking hard, but I like it because it's hard. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know if that was a good pit road entry because I slowed down early and then I was just still approaching, but got no damage repair. I kept this car clean at a track this freaking difficult for most people, or what I used to consider it. We get 4 tires, full tank of fuel. I am very comfortable with this car setup. Originally thought that it would be a good idea to have the wedge that low and the freaking tire pressure on 22, but obviously that was just for qualifying. I should have had it like much lower the tire pressure. But now, this is, I guess, the perfect tire pressure for this track, because if I turned it up more at the very beginning of the race, we wouldn't be very strong, but in the end, the tires aren't wearing down too quickly at the same time. Okay, this is going to be a good pit stop, under 16 seconds. 16.4 seconds. It's like almost all my pit stops these days. If it's a good pit stop with the old pit crew, it's 16.4, but now the average pit stop with these guys is 16.4. So I guess a good pit stop with them would be like 15.5 or whatever. Okay, we're cycling out 33rd. Or actually 32nd, because Jeff Green's not clear. These guys are still on worn tires. Should I race him, or should... I don't know what to do, because I kind of should be in front of him just because he's got to take his pit stop, but let's just see how things play out. Getting a run down the backstretch on the outside. This is stupid, man. I was thinking about making a cut, but Jeff Green exists, so yeah, you can't cut yourself whenever Jeff Green exists. Good run down the backstretch. Get out of the way, Jeff Green, please. Okay, just aggressive entry to 3. Pull up in front of him, and there we go. Kenny Wallace is catching me. How am I supposed to feel about that? Looks like this is the end of pit stops. Don't drive it off the track, JC. I drove it off the track. Oh my goodness. And we're cycling out. It's like 13th. Got Bobby Labonte getting on. We could probably catch him because I'm faster than this guy that he's passing right now. But Looks like he didn't pull up in front of Bobby Labonte and hold him off. Is this like Robbie Gordon or Ryan Newman? I don't know. It's a black car. I think it'd be Ryan Newman because Ryan Newman's having a pretty decent season right now. That's Jerry Nadeau. Okay then. So we get past Jerry Nadeau for 12th place. Got Kurt Busch on my back bumper. Like I said, Kenny Wallace. It's freaking ridiculous, but yeah. Okay, we were so much faster than Jerry Nadeau. I don't know how long he's been out here, but he's blocking me on the inside. I need to get to the bottom and pass him because on the outside messes up my corner. Come on, man. Give me a fucking break. I don't care what you're sponsored by. Jeez. Jerry Nadeau's just having a really good race. I don't know if it's just from what happened in Finney and he got some really good equipment for this race, but I thought my car was here right there to hit the wall. So, never mind. Let's just stop showing the race. Let's just skip to the end. I can hold all these guys off, right?
Number 17.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, get turn 3 right, JC. Oh my god. Now we're sideways. Okay, let's not spin the damn car. Jeez, blocking is not easy whenever they're both getting runs. It's not like with the super speed where you can just block 3 lanes almost easily. But no, this track is completely different. Matt Kenseth with the run. Almost made him hit the wall. I think I did. Oh my god. I'm trying really hard to get myself killed and wrecked at Indianapolis. That's like the worst place to do it, isn't it? Okay. Okay, just brake for turn 1. I'm always driving off into the grass whenever I enter these darn corners. For once, it wasn't too bad of a turnout. I can still see my mark that I left a while ago there. Oh my god. I just spit all over the place whenever I said that. Why you gotta get so tight right here? Well, there goes Kurt Busch. Well, now we're into 13th. Are we gonna finish in the same position I did in the last episode, or am I not gonna be able to hold off Matt Kenseth? Because, I mean, if not, it'll be 14th, but should be able to manage this. Oh my god, Matt Kenseth, you dumb motherfucking piece of shit! Oh my gosh! And Kurt Busch overheated all of a sudden. And I'm still getting passed by cars. This sucks. No, Johnny Benson, you can't pass down there. Stop making... I'm getting passed by everybody all of a sudden. What the hell? Well, back in the 16th, because, you know, Kurt Busch, but... Jeez! Johnny Benson trying to make it 3 wide, diving into the grass, and then everybody's passing me because I got stuck on the outside going to turn 3 right there. Trying to get back to these guys. My tires might be extremely worn, but I'll be able to get a run down the stretch as long as I take turn 2 fine right here. Just let off the throttle. I tap the brakes of it because that's how worn the tires are. Damn it! Come on, race car! Last a little longer! Well, I ruined Elliott Sadler's chances of getting that position. I cannot believe I'm going to finish behind Kenny Wallace in this race. Oh my god. I'm going to finish behind Kenny Wallace in this race. Well, the leader just took the checkered flag. I don't know who it was. Maybe Tony Stewart or Dale Earnhardt Jr. They start on the front row. I'm going to finish behind Kenny Wallace in this race. I'm going to finish behind Kenny Wallace in this race. I finished behind Kenny Wallace in this race. I finished behind Kenny Wallace in this race. Okay, well, Tony Stewart wins. I have a question. Why is UAW still on the car? I don't have a top 5 finish average right now. There's no possible way. That's not going to happen for the whole season. I've said it before. But the happiness rating's down to 46. I still have the sponsor. I'm not getting my bonuses, and I need to get rid of this freaking sponsorship as soon as possible so I can get me a package sponsor in a few races. Because, you know, I want to do it whenever there's 9 races left in the season, just because that's usually how you even everything out, you know, quarters of the season. So, next up, Watkins Glen with KCal Gaming's paint scheme, like I said at the beginning of the video. Let's go check the stats and info right here. So, Tony Stewart won that race. I think that was his 3rd win of the season. First one at Bristol. Second one was just like a few races ago, wasn't it? Yeah, it was at New Hampshire, like a couple days ago. Well, a couple days ago, 3 days ago. Okay, then. So, you know, 3rd win for Tony Stewart. That makes his points lead a lot bigger, doesn't it? Yeah, it's over 200 points now. Jeff Gordon must have finished pretty darn badly because now he's in 5th place. Further back than Ryan Newman was a while ago. Golly, what happened to Jeff Gordon? I didn't even see that. And I was looking through the race results, but I didn't see him in there. We're still in 15th place, but we didn't finish in front of Sterling Marlin. I kind of predicted that wouldn't happen. It was just him getting a DNF at Pocono. So he is now 40 points in front of me. I think that's correct. And we've got our driver spec levels. Hey, I did what I meant to do. Go in that race, try to get rid of a bunch of my rivalries. And now the highest one is 20 with Ricky Rudd. Man, I struggled to race him clean. I remember sliding into freaking turn 3 because he wouldn't stop blocking me all over the damn racetrack. He was just fooling around. I think we've got some work to do on that equipment because that was used equipment a while ago. shop editions. I think we've got 4 races left before the shock dyno for the chassis comes in. And, okay, looks like our new chassis just arrived. I need to make a decision what I want to do and what I don't have. Okay, let me see. This were to overhaul, it gets up to 65, and I probably would just overhaul or repair this one. The ratings would be higher for this one after overhauling it, so even though I just did all that work on that other equipment, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of it right now, I suppose. Just 2 races. That is like a whole freaking third of our bank account. Let me think. Maybe I should save this right here just in case after we use this one, it's worse than that one in its fresh state. Yeah, we'll find out whether we want to use this for like one more race after we're done using this one right here. But golly, that's a great chassis right there. We got 5 races left on the other engine. That's going to be like a freaking 70 in power. Looking forward to that as well. So that means we have to for sure do some overhauling right here. Golly, look what overhauling is doing these days. Let me guess, it's like over $300,000. Am I going to have enough money left to do my overhauling on my bodies? Or maybe just repairs. I mean, I know we'll have enough for repairs, but I pretty much have to get rid of one of these, because if you take a look here, if I overhaul this one, ratings are 64, 63, and 77, and this was a fresh equipment. Once I use it, if I were to overhaul it, it would do the same thing. So I pretty much, I mean, we're going to use this equipment, and we're going to use it in the race afterwards, and then we'll just get rid of this one, because, I mean, after that, from that point on, our equipment that's coming in soon, this one right here, that's what it's going to be, 65 and 65 on the downforce and drafting. Okay, cool then. I don't know about getting new pit crews. I did just a few races ago, so I'll have to wait for a little while. Yeah, I know the primary sponsor's unhappy. I don't know why they're still here, but see you next time. That's that, and episode over.